Today is kind of a Lyman day. Y'all know I've got this Lyman Brass-Smith All-American 8 press, and I love this press, I'm telling you. I've ordered another head for it. You can get those on Amazon for, I think right now they're $44.95. So I had some Amazon points, so my wife ordered me a new turret for it. I'll get some more dies put in the other turret, and I'll get back to having my Grendel and my 243 on this one, and I'll do 30-06 and probably 30-30 on the next one. But I reached out to Lyman and asked them if I could test their shock shield. It's a new Pachmayr product, and many of you know that Lyman owns Pachmayr now, and they were looking for somebody to do an evaluation on these, and I said I would be more than happy to. For one thing, my 30-30 Marlin, well, it's a Glenfield, but basically a Marlin. It's only a 30-30, but that lightweight rifle, it pretty much kicks like a mule. And I thought this would be really good to try. So I am going to be trying this, and let's take a look at it really quick. It's very lightweight. It's gel filled. The traditional recoil pads are rubber, and they're ventilated rubber, and they don't give as much. This is really nice and soft. So I'm going to be trying this out with my 30-30, and let's see how that works. So I wanted to give a quick announcement on that. I'll be doing that here in the next couple of weeks. But I wanted to show this and thank Lyman for sending this out, and I'll try and give a fair and honest assessment as to how this works. We're also going to try it on some other rifles, but my initial testing will probably be on the 30-30. Yeah, that's really cool. Thank you, Lyman. But since this is kind of a Lyman day, I also went down to Cabela's and got their Lyman Case Prep Express all-in-one brass preparation station. This has a whole bunch of different functions going on at one time. You turn it on and you just go from one station to the next, and it really speeds up your brass preparation. Anybody that watched my last video will see that I was doing a lot of brass prep with these 30-06 cases that I'm trying to revive, and that takes a long time to do, and I wasn't able to get nearly as many done as I would like. Now Cabela's had these on sale for $129.99, and with the Cabela's points that I have, I figured I couldn't go wrong on this. Let's take a look. Operating instructions. Do not return this to the retailer. Yes. Lyman has some great customer service, so I'm not too worried about that. It's got all of your attachments in here. It's got some dry, excuse me, dry case neck lube that goes on the station also. Nice little brush. Since this has its own little brass catcher, and anybody that's ever prepared brass knows that that's kind of messy. You get brass shavings all over the place. So let's get this out of the box and let's see what we have here. That's all that's in the box. Now that I've got this unpacked, I'll go through some of the excuse me, I'm in trouble lately. I'll go through some of the functions of this and explain it. This is the brass catcher. Pretty handy because once you get preparing your brass, you're going to have brass all over the place. So this has a nice little lip around there to help hold it. You can take your brush and brush it off into this into the little cup there and dump it and keep everything in your bench a lot cleaner. I've got the large rifle attachments on here. This also has the small rifle, the pocket reamer, the primer pocket reamer, and the cleaner. This is a 25 caliber brush. Use that for cleaning the necks on your brass. These don't rotate; they're fixed in position, but this gives a nice little holding place for them until you need them. Then they don't get lost. This is the primer depth uniforming tool. I have one that's for the small rifle. This is large rifle. I set this up the way they recommend, and it seems pretty straightforward to me. Now, anybody that knows me knows that I use a lot of Lyman products. Like I've already mentioned, my Lyman 8 turret. I also use these bench blocks. I have a lot of things. This is what I've been using for my brass prep. This is my Lyman preparation tool, and inside, and this is the BLD inside chamfer and the outside chamfer. Then I have my primer pocket tools inside of this, and it's nice and handy. But it takes a while to do this by hand and changing out each one of the tools and stuff, because you have to unscrew your chamfering tools to screw in your next one and then screw it back in, and it just takes time. So this is going to be a big time saver. Another Lyman tool I use is the inside flash hole deburring tool. Stick that in there and give it a couple of good twists, and then clean up the inside of the primer pocket holes, inside of the flash holes, excuse me. And then I also have the Lyman Easy Trim that I use. This is set up with 30-06. That's what I'm currently working on, is 30-06. And this has really been great. So I've got some annealing to do, and then I'm going to go through all of this and I'll show you how all these work. I've annealed the brass. I don't know if you can tell the discoloration or not from here up. So I'm in the process now of finishing this. I use my flash hole deburring tool. Thank you, Lyman, for making this. They didn't give this to me. I bought this. And then I'll full length size the case. Now that I've annealed it, I can work the case. And look at this. I mean, 30-06, very easy. This Lyman 8 turret press is just, it's got a lot of leverage here. So now that I've worked the brass, it's more than likely extended out. So now I use my Lyman Easy Trim. Can you tell this is a Lyman day? My drill. So I feel no more drag. No more drag. It's done. Put this in upside down so then I'll know where it's at. Do my last one. As you can tell, I've already done several. It's starting to look like an orange bench here on, must be Lyman Day, right? A little bit of lube. Run it up into my press. Very easy. A lot of leverage on that press. Like I said, my wife asked me earlier, "Are you happy you got that press?" And I just told her, I said, it's the best thing, best press I've ever operated on. Is it a progressive? No. Is it blue? No. But it works. So in this case, you can probably see the brass flying out. Every one of these cases, being 84 years old and unknown condition, you want to do every brass preparation possible when you're working with something old, because you don't know where it's been, you don't know the condition it's been in. So let me get this cleaned up and I can retire my little handheld brass preparation tool from Lyman. I'll put that in the drawer, and I'll get the new brass prep center out. Okay, now I've got my Lyman Case Prep Express out. It's brand new, and you saw me when I opened the box. And so let's go through this together. Since I've sized and trimmed all of my cases, there's an edge here on the inside and the outside. So you simply turn this on, use the BLD cutter, chamfer cutter, then the outer one takes all of that off. Now we're going to take the primer pocket unifier, use that, and then we're going to use the primer pocket reamer. And since these have military crimps on them, I'm going to chamfer that off just a little bit. Then we're going to clean that. Clean primer pockets. Next one, start at one end. And it's important to get all that lube off of there if you can, because these are slick and you're holding it by hand. Okay, primer pocket depth, primer pocket reamer, primer pocket cleaner. You're supposed to also take this and clean the inside of the necks out, but I've cleaned these cases several times, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, I'll run a few more of these, and when I'm finished, it's a matter of learning too. You're seeing the first ones that I'm seeing. This is all brand new to me. You get a rhythm down. I put these in order so that I don't forget. Okay, 84-year-old brass. It's all ready to go. I decided to sit down and finish these. Excuse me, missed my the rung with my foot. This is literally taking me about 5 minutes to do these, and I don't know if we can get zoomed in or not, but all of the brass is here in the tray and not all over my bench. Although as messy as my bench is, you wouldn't be able to tell. I'm learning a little bit about this. It really cleans these primer pockets well, but you have to be really careful with this primer pocket reamer. If you're not careful, you could probably damage your primer pocket irreparably. I caught myself before I did. I was sitting here thinking it was like my manual one, and just say here and go. Well, if you do that, you're going to ream this out, and it's going to chamfer that outer edge too much, and yeah, it's probably not going to hold a primer worth the crap anymore. Okay, so here are the ones that I did manual. Here are the ones I did by hand. This is the one that came off the Case Prep. This is the one off the Case Prep Express, and here's the one off the manual. Again, look how much cleaner this primer pocket is than this one. This was manual. This is the Case Prep Express. Like I say, I bought this. Nobody sent it to me, but I am just a huge fan of this now. And I mean, I did over 30 cases of brass in less than 5 minutes. So let me clean this up and I'll get back to you on some more. Cleanup is easy, provided brush. All these are really just artist brushes. And in fact, I haven't even taken plastic off of that, but oh well. Just clean up your tool heads. And as you can see, I'm sitting down now. Normally I'm standing up to do all these operations, and my feet get tired after a while. Legs get tired. And with this, I can just sit down and take it easy and let the machine do all the work. I'll tell you, I'm loving this thing. This is my first operation with it, and it's been just really simple to learn on, simple to use. It takes up a little bit of room. It's kind of big, but it's got a lot of functions. There, see, everything goes right down in this little brass cup right here. Just don't flick it really hard or you will get it all over your bench, but just take it nice and easy. Just enjoy the cool down moment. And yeah. Or you could get, if you have a shop vac, you could probably vacuum it right off. It's pretty easy, all nice and flat. I might try that one of these days, but right now I just don't want the noise of the shop vac going. Okay. I mentioned that Lyman sent me this shock shield. It's a gel-filled recoil pad. Now that's really a good price on these on Lyman's website, and I don't know who else selling them right now, but Lyman has them advertised on their website for $19.99. They sent me this. I'm very grateful. Thank you, Lyman. I want to put this on my 30-30. Yeah, it may only be a 30-30, but this light rifle kicks like a mule. So let's see what happens when I try to put this on after I drop it. Let's see what happens when I try to put this on the 30-30. Looks like it's pretty much universal, but I'm going to take a guess right here. Okay, and it falls off. Right there, without touching it. So I don't know what I'm going to have to do. Let me research it a little bit, see what I can do to get this tightened up. It looks like the neoprene, I might have to sew it a little bit or something. They've got a seam on one side, but on the other side they don't. But then they've got their brand name on here. So it's a great idea, and this really feels nice. This gel, I mean, it is really nice. And like I said, this little 30-30, it kicks like a mule. So I'd really like to get a recoil pad on there. But let me contact Lyman, and I'll keep you informed on future developments, and we'll see what we can find out. Oh, and Uncle Jim, pinch test there. Wasn't even hard. Pinky, 30-30, not a 44. Okay, sorry, I just had to throw that out there for somebody. Thanks for watching, and we'll maybe have another Lyman Day. Maybe if Lyman is watching, they would like for me to test some of their products. Hey, I'm willing. I love Lyman products, and as you probably already know. Thanks. Okay, just for giggles, I thought let's try my Mossberg 500. That was the other thing I wanted to do, and this recoil pad is hard as a rock, so I definitely need something. So here's the gel pad, the shock shield, and it falls off. So either I got a bad one or Lyman has to do some evaluating on this. I'm going to probably still use this. I might have to just tape it on there. I don't know. I'm going to research it a little bit and see what they suggest. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.